Well, we kind of sound like a Match.com commercial.
I was doing a search, looking around South Arkansas. I thought I'd find somebody down there and found Kelly.
He read my profile and contacted me.
I loved her profile because it was all talking about missionary stuff, because I was specifically looking for just a woman of God. I didn't want anybody else.
It was actually while my mom was sick, and I was staying in the hospital with her. And he was just really encouraging and praying for my mom. And so I thought, well, if he's not a catfish, then maybe he's a keeper.
We talked for about 5 weeks, and then I actually drove down to Monticello and met her.
I knew that Josh was the one before we even met. When we were emailing back and forth and talking in Belize all hours of the night, I knew then, I knew before I got home from Belize, that I wanted to marry that boy.
I knew she was the one about 2 weeks after we started talking online. Seriously, I just knew in my heart. I just had to verify, so I had to drive to Monticello to make sure she was the right girl.
Well, the first time I saw him in person, my dad was there.
It was just a little awkward.
He actually met him first because he came to my school.
I came in and got to meet all the kids.
Gave me a big hug, and I was so excited to see him. One of the students came up to me and said, "Miss Kelly, the boys' bathroom is like leaking water everywhere and it's horrible." And before I could even say anything, Josh jumped up and said, "I'll go fix it." And I was like, "Aw." And right then, I knew for real, because he fixed the toilet. Yeah, I know, that's awesome, isn't it?
And we went all around town, and I got to meet pretty much everybody in Monticello the first time I met Kelly. But it was awesome because I just seen how much everybody loved her, and it really showed me that she wasn't fake at all. She's just as country as she can be. The things that she does, I don't know, she's Kelly, you know.
He's one of the most amazing persons that I know.
Her gorgeous smile, she's always throwing me these little weird looks.
He's such a hard-working man. I've never met anybody that works as hard as him.
And this woman can cook. I mean, the first time she came to saw me, she brought me this big, huge carrot cake. I love the food. It's beautiful.
He is so caring, and he's sweet, and he's compassionate.
She's real. She's never fake. She tells you what's on her mind, whether you like it or not. She's a little goofball. And I can be a goofball around her, but, you know, I'm really comfortable. So. I proposed to her, let's see, this was, I had this big elaborate thing all planned out, the picnic and, you know, all kinds of nice stuff.
But there was a huge storm that came in, and so we were sitting on his front porch watching it storm, and the lightning was going everywhere, and Sam Cooke's song, "You Were Made for Me," comes on, and
while the song was playing, I was just playing it out through my head, you know, why am I waiting for this perfect time? I want to marry this girl. Just go ahead and tell her. He
gave me a big hug and started telling me all these amazing things that he thought about me. And he was like, "I just want to marry you." And I'm like, "I want to marry you too."
So I just popped the question right there.
All of a sudden, he pulled a ring out of his pocket and he said, "So will you? Will you marry me?" And I was like, "Oh, yes, baby, I'll marry you." I never thought that I would find somebody like him. He's amazing.
She was the answer to my prayers. For the past couple of years before I met her, I was praying that I would find her. I knew I wasn't going to compromise. I knew that I was either going to be alone or, you know, find the right one, and I found her. And I'm just happy as I can be about it. I love her to death.
When I'm with Josh, he makes me feel so amazing. Like, I've never felt the way that I feel with him. He loves me so much, and I can feel his love, and he just, I can't even put into words. I've never been so happy in my whole life.
Whenever she tells you she loves you, you know she's not, you know she's serious. She's genuine. She's the sweetest person in the world.
I didn't think I was gonna cry. He's so sweet and caring and compassionate to people. And his love for God and the vision that he has, and if you could just take a minute to get to know him, you would love him too. And he's goofy and weird, and it mixes in with my weird.
I am very excited about spending the rest of my life with her. Whenever I'm with her, I just feel like me and her together, we can do anything that we want to do. God made it so that man and a woman, two people are stronger than one, and she's definitely makes me stronger. I love her.
I've never had somebody make me feel as special as he does. And I know that God has some amazing things in store for us. When we pray together, we both just know that the next years are going to be so amazing, and I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to the rest of my life with him. We really love North Arkansas. That's where a lot of his family is. His mom and dad live here, and it's where he proposed to me. And so, we aren't the most traditional people to begin with. At one point, most of I had purple and magenta hair. So let's be honest, this wouldn't be traditional either. So what we decided to do is do our vows that we write to each other up in the mountains, and then have half the wedding up here and half the wedding in South Arkansas. So we would like to share that special moment with you guys right now.
Kelly, I'm so thankful to have you in my life. I knew before you came back from Belize that you were the answer to my prayers. I know that God made you just for me because you complement all of my weaknesses, and your weirdness goes with my weirdness really good. And you're just so loving and encouraging, even when you're trying to ninja my brain. You inspire me to dream bigger, and I admire your love for God and people. I want you to know every day that you wake up how loved you are, and I'll always put you before myself. I'll date you every day for the rest of my life. I'll make sure we both take time to stop and smell the roses. I'll pray for and encourage you in the good times and the bad. I love you.
They, whoever they are, say that you just know. And, well, Josh, even before I met you, I knew you were going to be my husband. From the hundreds of emails, because who writes that much to each other? To all the late night phone calls in Belize, I knew God was up to something special. I'm so thankful for you, and I'm so grateful that you picked me. And I'm so thankful for your relationship with God. And I'm so thankful that I can just be real with you. And even when I'm a hot mess, you still love me. And so with that, I promise to tell you everything that I'm thinking and feeling, even if I know you're not going to want to hear it. And I promise to pray for you. And I promise to actively love you no matter what happens in life, because I know that with God, we got this. I promise to always build you up and to encourage you, because I see greatness on the inside of you. I promise to give you hermit time. And finally, I promise that you will always be my family, because you're such a part of who I am. And I want you to feel so loved and appreciated. And I want you to always know that I love you. And I'm so excited for us to begin and enjoy our lives together.